not the end of the world. I feel like in my last video though, it was like we were on such a roll. Diana and I even said inside the bus, we said, we're ahead of schedule on the demo. That's exciting. And then the bus gods heard us and they went, at the very end up here front. Well, before we do anything, we gotta fix this patch. I gotta cut it out. It has not spread over to the driver's seat at least. So I'll cut a section out and we'll repair it. I will try to get some Rust-Oleum for the metal down there so that the surface rust doesn't spread. And then we'll get back on track. Life's an adventure. Demoing and building a bus, there's going to be surprises. Okay. Thanks for joining me on the channel, everyone. Eric here from Nomadic Fanatic. We don't want this bus to sit still all winter, so let's take the bus, drive the bus into town. We don't have a huge hardware store, but I think they do have some lumber and supplies, and we might get away with just getting what we need right here in Quartzsite. I don't need a sheet, a 4x8 sheet yet of 1/2-inch plywood. I just need a 2-foot by 2-foot section or something smaller even. So let me secure a couple things, make sure that's gonna drop, fire up the bus, and go to town in the school bus. And again, I will be uploading this video with some connecting internet. Check out the video description below for unlimited high-speed internet. Wayne assured me that all the hoses are good and the loops are all back together, so we can drive the bus. Yeah. Wait to start. Let this all go through. Still warming up those glow plugs. And good to go. Turn on high idle for a minute so we can get the air pressure back up a little quicker. It's things like driving a tank. I wonder if it's going to be cold with all the windows and everything open. I did close the skylights. Let's close the door. Oh yeah. First thing we need to do is hit the trash dump station here. I don't want the bus to turn into a trash hauler, but it is what it is. I might as well bring the trash with me on the trip, right? I love driving this school bus. Man. Downtown. Yeah, so I mentioned they did not raise the rates here on the BLM long-term area. They were talking about it. They were going to change it from $180 for 7 months to $600. It might happen next year or the year after. They're still proposing all that. But look what you get. You get a safe, secure spot to park your RV where it doesn't freeze all winter. It's nice, comfortable, sunny weather. Barely ever rains out here in the desert down here. Totally different than 7,000 feet up where my property's at in Cholo. So it's a good place to just kind of winter, you know, turn it snowbird as they say, right? I like it. I like it a lot. I think it's well worth it. Having the dump station, the trash facilities, the drinking water, and more how I'm gonna coordinate all that later too, with the RV Bigfoot staying put, you know? Let's go to town. All right, good drive. Bus is secure. One day I will probably update this redneck lock, but you can't tell me it don't work. So, yeah, our little hardware store here in Quartzsite. It's kind of unique. So it's the Big Market hardware and liquor. An interesting combination, okay? I haven't ever really explored this area over here on this side of the store, but paint and lumber and RV supply. So, you know, I'm seeing some pipes. I see some 2x4s in there too. I think it's worth a shot stopping here. Indeed, an interesting hardware store. They have a dairy section where they have drinks and they have eggs and milk and, of course, beer. They've got camping supplies in here. Tents, chairs,
all your RV plugs and everything. I think the store is more catered to the type of people that are in this area of Quartzsite, because there's a lot of RV supplies. Plumbing, vents, mobile home parts, P-traps. You know, we may end up needing some stuff from here. Trailer supplies, ball hitches, and of course, liquor. Liquor in a hardware store. Might as well stock up while you're getting your work supplies, right? They have half-inch plywood. They don't have the smaller sheets that I wanted. They only have the 4x8 sheets. They're 48 bucks. I purchased one of those. I'm pretty sure we can get into the bus. I decided to just do that because I'll use it for something else later. They also had wood to metal screws I need. They had the grinding disc to get rid of the surface rust, and the rust prevental enamel to go on the bare metal later. So get a hand throwing this in here, and then we'll head back to the desert. Okay, step one. I'm gonna get my circular saw, and I'm gonna make the depth exactly ½ inch, and I'm gonna cut a specific amount of square here where the bad wood's at. Measure that nicely, get that out. We'll do that first. You know, and I may actually invest in a table saw out here, but got all my Ryobi tools, so I'll set the depth right there to ½ inch. So first, I'll cut what I measure to be a 20 by 23 inch section that I want to replace. Once I get this cut, I'll bring this in and I'll mark around this board around the spot that's going to come out. Actually, I'm just going to use the side of this where I can see the plywood perfectly to set my gate here. Yeah, that's how we're going to do that. Right there. Lock that in. Yeah. Perfect. It might get a little bit of metal. Just a little bit. I did see a little bit of spark. I was expecting that because we're really close to the metal. Now, get to see how bad this is and how easy it's going to come up. Okay, it did come up in the middle there. There's my cut. It looks like surface rust. Still some wood down there too, but yeah, I'm seeing surface rust.
want to go too far with it. And there's the piece of wood. So, I mean, there is some metal rust on top here mixed with the wood. But yeah, essentially, once we get all this cleaned up, this is gonna go right over it like that. I gotta take out a couple screws that need to be grinded off. Clean this up with the wheel. Then we'll paint it with Rust-Oleum. Actually, I can already tell it is all surface rust. So the metal underneath this is fine. There's no holes. It's not like an old 60 classic car with no floorboards and holes. We're gonna be okay. Okay. Diana's scraping up a little bit right there, but I'm gonna vacuum this up and then I'm gonna put this coarse wheel on there and see what we can get here. So, with the floor still being sticky up here, it's collecting all the sawdust. They didn't have Rust-Oleum brand, but they have the Do It Best Rust Coat Enamel Rust Preventative. Probably 2 coats of this. This will be the strongest part of the whole bus floor now. Wait for that to dry and put on another coat. All right, that's 2 coats now. I'll let the second coat dry and then we'll fit on this piece of plywood and fix the rust. Like a glove! So what I like about these self-drilling screws is that they are meant for wood going into metal. So they have the drill bit at the end. And you just want to measure correctly because you do want some of the thread to eventually go into the metal as well. So where my fingertip is, that 1/2 inch is plywood. This section right here is into the metal underneath. And it has a star bit that comes with the package. And the first one going in right now. Through the wood, trying to hit metal, drilling metal. There we go, sunk. Look at that. That ain't going anywhere. All right, the patch is in, it's flush. This is now the strongest piece of our entire bus floor, and don't have to worry about that. The floor being sticky though, it is so difficult to walk through here right now. Diana was walking through here and lost a sandal. It just stayed and she kept walking. So I'm eager to get this floor done up. And for that, well, our local Quartzsite hardware store does not sell any insulation. So we knew this was gonna happen. We're gonna have to drive tomorrow. So tomorrow, and as part of my next video, we're gonna take the truck, we're gonna hook up the Harley trailer here. I'm working on emptying it out so we can actually get 4x8 sheets of plywood, 9 of them for the bus, and we're gonna get floor insulation. We've been watching Chuck Cassidy, so we know how to do it. We're gonna get the tubes of adhesive, probably some screws, maybe even some 2x2s for framing and 2x3s if they have them. We're gonna make the most of these trips
Actually, I don't even know if we're going to go to the Buckeyes Low. We might just change things up and go to Yuma tomorrow. But stay tuned, guys. You like these videos coming out every other day? We're busting it out, guys. We're just getting this done. Thanks for joining me on the channel. We will see you in 2 days. Bye.